Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang, and with me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. You know him, you love him, Nate, the Little Goon Foss, and RIT's resident rulebook reading statistician, Dan, the Statman Scully.
I think Nate still hates the intro.
Nate almost botched that again.
I was trying not to interrupt you this time.
That's why I gave you the cue and said my two co-hosts, and not one, so you would think to actually let Dan get introduced.
See, if you had given me a heads up about that last week, I wouldn't have interrupted you.
Whatever.
And we're already off the rail.
Yeah, but listen, it was going to happen at some point. Just get out of the way early. We had, yet again, 4 more games this past weekend. 3 at home, 1 away that we did go to. So we will be able to get into those right now. So let's...
That was a home game.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It was pretty much a home game.
That was a home game.
So let's jump into the women's review for the weekend. The ladies had 2 games. One on Thursday at Tennessee Ice Dump, where we took on the Syracuse Orange, and then one on Saturday at home at about 7:30, where they again took on the Orange a second time. I will pass it over to Nate, and we can get rolling.
Yes, Thursday from the lovely, beautiful Tennessee Ice Pavilion. There was a capacity of 188, and I think they counted all the players and staff in that 188. And I'm frozen again.
You're like jumping in and out, but we're figuring it out.
Why are we laughing?
We're laughing because you're making fun of
Dude, you should have seen your face when it froze.
I was laughing at the lag.
I was laughing at the fact that there was
okay.
188 people that were there, and they definitely did count the teams, the coaching staff, the arena staff.
The rank staff.
Our awesome Zamboni driver that we all love.
Could you hear everything I said?
Yes.
Okay. So as long as you can hear me, that's fine. Anyway, it was a tough, hard-fought 1-0 loss to Ariel DeSmet. I'm not even going to say Syracuse because
That was all
Ariel
right.
DeSmet and the post on our net.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, shots on goal were 27-25 Syracuse. I mean, this was a very close game the whole way through.
Oh, it was a very good game, too.
Saraco was Saraco, 26 saves, including 13 in the third, which really kept us in it because we got into a little bit of penalty trouble in the third, and I think that was the key. That was the story of the game right there. I mean, we took 3 penalties in the third period, and kind of hard to score when you're killing a penalty.
Yeah, she was outstanding in that game.
But Syracuse also took 3 in the second, and we couldn't do anything with it.
Didn't capitalize.
Even though we had 4 shots
shout
on
out
those power plays.
Shout out to Charlotte Hallett. 3 penalties. And the third one was hysterical because she's like, really? Again? You can audibly hear it.
Zelig had an absolute field day with her the whole game on Thursday.
It was a great day. Anyway, yeah, shout out to everybody that came with us. We had a good group.
Did not
also
run into traffic the way that we thought we were
No,
going
thank
to.
God.
Oh, gosh.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Come to find out, the President of the United States decided that Thursday was a great day to go to lovely Syracuse, New York, and shut down all the highways. So the panic mode goes on because here I am with 3 other people in my car. All right, sorry, let's go back. Sorry, let's start with Wednesday. Wednesday, we find out that he's going to be in Syracuse.
And not even like Wednesday morning. It was like Wednesday at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it was Wednesday night, and we're in the Discord trying to figure out what way to go.
And there was no
easy way.
We were screwed.
Except for the way that you normally go, it turns out.
Yeah, the one way that they said they were going to close all the highways, none of them were closed.
We just zoomed through them. There was like no traffic either. There was like nobody on them. Probably because everybody thought we were going to be closed.
Yeah. JJ can attest.
I was 690 interchange I've ever had.
I was riding with Nate. That was absolutely hilarious.
And we were cruising.
We were getting scared, thinking if we didn't go fast enough, we were going to hit a blockade.
Coming to find out about 5 minutes outside, 5 minutes to the exit, he hadn't even started his speech yet. So I was like, we're good.
Yeah, we were set.
It was kind of fun though.
I will say
Trying to beat a presidential motorcade. That was something.
I will also say the atmosphere we had there was pretty fun. I know Nate, highlight of your night was beating out of the orange at rock, paper, scissors.
Unfortunately, that was the highlight of my night.
Mega rip to him, and then it was fun. Like from a fan perspective, it was a very fun game.
Yeah, it was a good time. Another successful corner crew rank takeover.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shout out to SU men's soccer that was trying to compete with us.
They could not. They tried so hard with their little.
They tried
with little 8x12 whiteboard that Kate immediately just made look so dumb in a matter of seconds. That was the greatest thing ever.
Did they end up losing their game on Friday?
I don't know.
I kind of hope not.
I mean, I kind of wanted to cheer for them.
Also, let the record reflect that Dan Scully was very upset that we held up the freshly squeezed sign in Otto's face.
Of course I was.
Do I need to protect him from you guys? But going back to the game itself, we can chat about that a little more because we all, of course, were in attendance for that. Sarah Coe was the highlight. She played phenomenally as always. We
had our chances too. It's not like we didn't have chances.
Yeah.
Just
gotta bury it.
When you have a brick wall for a goalie that you have to try and score on, I mean, she's arguably the best goalie she's the best goalie in the conference, probably top 5 in the country.
Oh, agreed.
Unfortunately, the team in front of her just can't score.
I mean, and I think if you look at RMU and how good they were with Ariel DeSmet. They won a couple. Yep. Like they cruised to the title every year with her. Like it wasn't even funny.
I didn't say they cruised.
But they played. It wasn't hard.
Their last year, the COVID year. I mean, they won it pretty handily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was a big part of that.
Can't wait to have them back. By the way. Next year,
RMU. Oh yeah, it'll be nice to see them.
It'll be fun on both sides.
We never should have lost them in the first place.
No. We all know who's responsible for that. We're not even going to name him here.
I'll name him Chris Howard.
John Hanna will love that.
Shout out John Hanna.
Everyone's favorite Century Media alumni.
Could you imagine not being in the Discord and not knowing who any of these people are? And we're just spitting out names like they're in the room.
No one knows these people are. That's why you gotta get in the Discord, man. Get in the Discord.
That's why you gotta be in the Discord.
The best part is I know half these names and more than half these names, but I couldn't put a face to most of them.
Nope.
Oh, it's the best.
I'm down in the corner every game, and I still can't do it.
Yeah. So, is there anything else we want to talk about the Thursday game, or do you want to get into the Saturday game now? I think the big takeaway from Thursday is you got to score.
You got to find ways to score.
If you score 2 goals, you win, and that's
you can't just rely on.
Yes, JJ. If you score more goals than the other.
Well, no. But what I'm trying to say is they only like Syracuse is a very good team. They only scored once. Like if you get multiple shots, you're good. Oh, whatever. Make fun of me all you want.
Oh, just wait till our men's recap, JJ. Then it's really
good.
Oh
God.
Yes, JJ. That's how sports work.
Well, no, but like you guys get my point.
I do get it. What I was trying to say before you made me laugh hysterically. You can't. Ariel DeSmet's going to stop every shot she sees.
Yes. She's like a homing rocket.
So you got to take her eyes away, and you got to shoot for rebounds. You're not going to score off your initial shot on her. No. She's that good. Have to shoot for rebounds. You got to do some weird stuff. Throw some behind the back passes to the back door. Got to do something. And it was the same thing on Saturday. Mm-hmm. I thought Saturday we had our chances, especially early in the game. She couldn't bury them.
Yeah.
I'd say she was, again, the story of the game. I mean, she had 17 saves. Sarah did not have her best night.
I don't want to.
I'm not going to blame
No,
all on her
you
either.
can't.
I
No,
thought,
no.
and you can't even blame her for the goal on Thursday. Like Dan and I were saying, for almost every goal Saturday, they were all just fluky.
And they were all like weird, like strange breakaways they kept getting. It's like defensively,
Yeah.
you can't allow that to happen. Like you can't let them have 4 or 5 breakaways and expect Sarah to save all 5 of them. Like it's not gonna happen. Like you can't expect to have Sarah in that position.
She faced
stopping
2
all that.
breakaways. One was the shorthanded goal in the first, and then their fourth goal.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Sarah Marchand is a very good hockey player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Unfortunately, I have to deal with that name in more than one league.
Is there another Marchand sister or brother?
I was
Not a brother, but
referring
Brad
to the
Marchand.
Oh,
Bruin.
that's a good point.
Little rat.
Tell us how you really feel, Dan.
Man, Dan,
Don't you feel the same way?
I mean, I do, but
Wow.
anyway.
Let's get to Saturday now, because Saturday wasn't as pretty, I guess.
Special teams.
Mhm.
We went 0 for 3 on the power play. Syracuse went 1 for 1.
Yep.
And scored a shorthanded goal. I don't know how else to cut it. I mean, I thought Emma came in and played well.
Emma played really well.
Yeah, Emma did play really well.
Dude, I swear to God, I see those pads come off the bench, and I'm like, yes, the hype is real.
I mean, and it's kind of crazy. Like Scott and Rocky were talking about it on the post game too on Twitter. They have very different styles, and it's noticeable. Like Sarah's kind of a more lets the play come to her, and then she reacts. Where Emma's a lot more aggressive, which I guess neither one is the right or wrong way to play. I mean, Sarah's obviously a really good goaltender, so it works, and Emma's a good goaltender, and it works. So,
Yeah.
And I think the way Syracuse was playing, I think you just have to be more aggressive sometimes with good teams like that, because it throws them off. Because it takes away some space. Like, I remember the one Syracuse girl was flying up on her, and she came way out of the net to make it. She was like at the hash marks and made a save.
Yeah, she was far out.
So I don't know. Congrats to Lexi Song. First goal as a Tiger.
That was exciting.
That was good to see. First goal in 16 periods of hockey. Finally got that off her back.
Yeah.
It was something like 324 minutes of play,
Something
I
like
think
that,
Steve and I calculated.
Wow. But hey, you know what?
Yeah.
What a way to end that streak by having someone get their first collegiate goal. That's pretty exciting. That's always exciting.
It's just sucks because like at that point it was 2-1. They made it 2-1. We had a good crowd in the corner.
Oh,
the
yeah.
crowd's back into it, and they played well in the second period. Just it's like they gave up those 2 quick goals, and that was it. Like,
I think as a crowd, we definitely could have gotten a little bit louder and a little more into it Saturday night. But
yeah, I mean,
think,
I'll own it.
well, I also think it doesn't help that we were absolutely adrenaline drained from the end of the men's game. That wasn't helpful at all, because I know a bunch of us down there were just kind of like a bunch of people were they were fried. They were like we gave everything we had in the men's game and just had nothing left afterwards, and we're trying to just push through the women's game to try and keep loud and give them energy. But I mean, we'll own it. We could have been better.
When you're down by 3, you've watched this team for 5 periods now. You kind of know that. You always hope that you can come back, but you kind of start to get a feeling.
Yeah.
We'll be better. We got a weekend to recover here. We'll be better.
They'll be back. They'll be fine. Why don't we go around the league now and look at the scores for the weekend and look at what we got coming up, and then we'll do our predictions. I'll flip that to Dan.
I don't remember when we recorded last week. Did we cover the end of Penn State's series against Franklin Pierce?
No, because we recorded Sunday, so we didn't get the Monday game.
Of course not.
Well, Penn State finished the sweep of Franklin Pierce 4-1 on Monday because
2 o'clock face off, which I got confirmation there was no reason for that.
So dumb.
Dan, did you hurt your finger at volleyball?
No, that was this morning digging through a laundry basket. I ripped a hangnail.
Oops.
Ow.
Yeah. Our game was the only one Thursday. Friday, the only game was Penn State beating Lindenwood by 1 goal, 4-3, out in Maryland Heights, Missouri.
Not a bad showing.
And the only other game Saturday was Penn State thinking they were playing football again. And
Oh, they
beating
did better than
Lindenwood
the actual Penn State football team.
7-0.
Sorry, for those who
I-
don't know, I'm a Penn State football fan, and I was very upset.
I can't laugh. Syracuse lost to Notre Dame. This week,
Dan missed it entirely.
yeah, I wasn't looking at my screen,
Yeah,
so
I said you totally missed me just doing a fist bump because I'm a Notre Dame fan.
what?
Because of course,
One of-
Dan,
one of these days-
move on.
Just keep
One of
going.
these days
Just
we're
keep
gonna have
going.
to
It's
go
not worth
through
it.
How the
Not worth
hell
it.
you picked your teams, JJ?
There's no logic.
And yeah, here comes the sensory warning.
Friday, Penn State hosts Mercyhurst at 2, and Syracuse hosts Lindenwood at 6.
Friday home game for Syracuse? Whoa.
That's shocking.
Yeah, their men's club team must be away this coming weekend. Saturday, Penn State will host Mercyhurst again at a
1
time
o'clock.
to be announced.
1 o'clock. It's at 1. I'm looking at Penn State's schedule right now.
Thank you, league website.
And and I possibly might be going since I'll be down there anyway, but we'll see.
Syracuse will wrap up their series against Lindenwood at 3, and the Tigers will take on St. Lawrence up in Canton at 2.
Good stuff.
That's it. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but why is St. Thomas playing at Lindenwood on the 10th at noon Central?
That's gross.
A Thursday?
Yeah.
That's gross.
What is up with the schedules this year, man?
Can I say, what is with
We got
Syracuse?
a game on a Monday, on a Thursday, on
Guys, I don't understand how Syracuse's club men's team gets precedence over their Division I women's team.
I don't think it's precedence. Syracuse does it for home and home series. Like they did it with Clarkson, they did it with St. Lawrence.
I guess, but I mean, you'd think they just keep the D1 teams Friday, Saturday, make the club play Thursday.
Well, you got to think too. It's harder for club teams because they have to
That's
fund
fair.
themselves,
That's fair.
and they don't get as much exemption from class as NCAA players do. So
Good point.
Yeah.
Should we also talk about our friend from Syracuse who we got to see again and have a nice little conversation with?
Who was
Yes.
also at the game Saturday.
yes, he was.
Landers,
a
our
little bit.
guy, the Zamboni driver at Syracuse, who is an RIT alum and loves us all.
He chirped me a little bit on Saturday. He goes, "Oh, I haven't heard the cowbell much tonight," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
He is a really nice guy.
Like I said between games, Nate, we need more cowbell.
I was trying. I get a blister on my hand.
You also
the
broke the
start-
last cowbell.
The start of a blister on my right finger
Yikes.
on doubleheader days. So I was
We
starting to
need
get a
you pair of
blister.
gloves or something.
I literally just need one for my right.
This man's
finger.
going to be
I
like
don't need
Tony
one on my left.
Gonzalez on the Thursday Night Football, like Amazon Prime streams where he's wearing his black leather gloves. even if it's not cold out.
I'm gonna get some custom RIT gloves. So I can
That
shoot
would
this all
actually
day.
be kind of sick. Should we say what he what he
I'm
showed
not
us?
spending the money though.
What Landers showed us at the game for Thursday?
Yes.
So
It was a big mystery
so he
in the group that went.
he asked for the three of us to go, the podcast crew as he called us, to come into a little supply closet they had there, and he didn't let anybody else go. And inside was a giant tiger costume inside the Kennedy Ice Pavilion.
See,
I have
see,
no-
he's a closet RIT fan.
Did he say why it's there?
Syracuse
He has no
Science
clue.
Never mind the
checks.
fact that it's been there since before he started.
Hey, Syracuse Sciences checks. That's the only reason he cheers for them. That's why.
Oh, he'd be with us all the way. Did he say why it's in there? Like, did he have an answer for that? Because one of us asked why it's in there.
I think it's like a club or like a men's league team or something.
Oh, okay.
The Kennedy Tigers, I think, is what he said.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yes, the
that's
Kennedy
right.
Tigers. That was hilarious.
And at least I saw a post on his Instagram before we went, and I was like, oh, so they have a tiger mascot. Huh?
he goes, come with me for a second. We're thinking, is he like letting us into some locker room or something? And he's like, no, it's the supply closet with the giant tiger mascot costume in it.
I was kind of scared when he was walking us to the supply closet.
Like,
What are we
like, is he-
getting ourselves into?
Like, is he gonna
here?
walk us in here and the club team's gonna just jump us all on our way out? Like, is that what's gonna happen? But he's great. Love that guy. We will be seeing him again when we go back down there again.
That's in January, right?
Yeah, it's a ways away.
Yep, I can't wait for Lake Effect to screw us over.
Oh my god.
Again?
Yeah, like last year.
Hey, I made it.
Okay, mister, I live 2 minutes from Kennedy.
Yeah, Nate and I had to try and drive
40.
through that. We never made it. Although, to be fair, Sue and Max almost ended up off the road when they were driving. They almost swerved off the road multiple times, but they still managed to get out there.
It was also a noon game on a Friday.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous.
That's it.
So should we move on to the men?
How about St. Lawrence?
Oh yeah, good point. St. Lawrence is this weekend. It's a weird like
Dan,
one.
why
game.
do we write a script?
We should just stop writing
We
the script.
didn't this time.
We should just. That's
Why
the
do
point.
we have
He
to
didn't-
write multiple?
Whatever.
Just stick to the original. Whatever.
So
Slew.
Kate will be happy because she hates them. Surprised she's not going. honestly.
We won't mention what she calls them.
Yes, yeah. Let's not do that. As funny as it is, let's not do that.
They're a very fun team to make whiteboards for. We'll just say.
Oh yes. Oh, homecoming last year was so much fun.
Yeah, we've only played them twice, which was kind of surprising when I saw that.
Yeah, I
They
thought
were
we
both
played them
last
more.
Last year
season.
was the first time we played them?
Yeah,
Interesting.
first 2 times, and we lost both. But hey. Anyway, that one game, it was a random. It was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, so there was literally 10 people there.
Even counting staff.
Yeah.
Well, that game got moved though. That was supposed to
Yes.
be, I think, like a Thursday in October before
That was
we had
the
Ammonia League.
Ammonia League.
Oh, that game was so funny.
Oh god, that was
Dude,
a
the
mess.
whiteboard of the days since ammonia, like games since last ammonia leak. That is one of the greatest whiteboards we've ever done.
Self chirp.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You have to sometimes.
Oh yeah, we owned it.
You have to sometimes. What is the point of life without self-deprecating humor there? Which we'll get to that in a few minutes anyway.
Anyways, St. Lawrence this year they're 6-4, and they swept Syracuse a couple weekends ago. So, home and home.
Yep.
They're actually, so if you look at the Ustro poll, U.S. College Hockey Online.
What did you just call it?
The Ustro poll?
Ustro?
Yeah. You've never heard it called that before?
No.
Dan's like, what are you talking about?
Call
dude?
it. Everybody calls it that. Anyway, U.S. College Hockey Online poll. Does that sound better?
USCHO.
Whatever, Dan. They're the first team out, so they're technically 16th. They received a bunch of votes this week, so they're a good team. I mean, don't let the record fool you. I mean, they lost to Minnesota Duluth, who's filthy. They lost to Penn State, who's good. They lost to Clarkson, who's good.
Isn't Penn State ranked this year?
They're
Yep.
I was gonna
What
say,
are
I
they
saw
at
they were
now?
ranked. They're like 10th, aren't they?
11th.
10 or 11.
They were up
one
in
of the
that
two.
that soda zone. I know they were still double digits, but they were ranked. Last I saw it
Must
was
be nice.
11th, yeah.
yeah. The last I saw it was 10, but it's 11 now.
So even in those losses, those games are close. I mean, they lost to Duluth in overtime at the Icebreaker. They lost to Providence in overtime.
They're hanging in
They
there.
lost. Penn State scored an empty net goal on them. Clarkston 3-1 loss. I mean,
The Icebreaker? They didn't
no,
play Duluth in the
sorry,
Icebreaker.
that wasn't the Icebreaker. I just assumed it was the Icebreaker. It was something because it was some tournament because they played because it was in Canton. Duluth played St. Lawrence, and then Penn State played Duluth, and then St. Lawrence played Penn State. It was some sort of thing. I don't remember what it was called, but
Interesting.
it was a
The
very
right
weird.
recap.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's go to our predictions if we want, unless Nate wants to keep going. Sorry.
Abby Hustler, Julia Gosling, both 11 points. St. Lawrence has a terrible penalty kill, so get him, draw some penalties, score some power play goals, give yourself a chance.
Mm-hmm.
They got very good goaltending, though. Lucy Morgan, 5 wins, and 3 of them are shutouts.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're basically facing Ariel DeSmet on steroids, pretty much.
Including her last 2 games against RPI and Union. Both shutouts.
Yeah, that's impressive.
They play at Cornell Friday, so that could be a benefit for RAT because we're sitting there waiting for them in Canton,
They could be gassed.
and they're at Lina. And Cornell's got a good squad too, so they could be tired. I think that plays into our favor a little bit. So, who knows? I mean, I thought we played better this weekend than we had the last couple weekends. So
I would agree with that, especially
Maybe they're on the-
Thursday.
Definitely.
Thursday, I think you can't. I think you just kind of throw Saturday out and
Yeah.
take Thursday as a learning experience. I mean, you can play with those top teams, and we've said it all year. Non-conference games or whatever, you gotta win. Gotta win the conference. So
All right, so prediction-wise, let's start with Dan, go to Nate, and we'll end with me.
I hate to say it, and I know that JJ likes to give our teams at least one win every weekend, but I don't think we come out on the winning side of this one.
I'm with you. It's can we outscore them in a goalie battle, which we could get on Saturday. It could be an absolute goalie duel. Can we outscore them? And I mean, Lucy Morgan's a good goaltender. So,
As Dan said, I always give our guys and our ladies the benefit of the doubt. I'll always say you'll win at least one. I think them playing Cornell and having to probably play a very hard-fought game against Cornell is going to tire them out. And I honestly think they might just come in and sleep on us. And we might... I'm going to say tie. I'm not going to say win. I'm going to say tie. I think we're going to keep it close. I think it's definitely possible we could win. But I'm going to say tie. Just going straight across the board.
I mean, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah,
I was going to say, in this game, I think a tie is
a win.
I'd take it as a win.
Yeah. Okay, now moving over to the men's side of things, we had 2 games this weekend against Holy Loss. We took both games. We took game 1 in regulation and then took game 2 on Saturday in overtime. Both were very good games. Pass it over to Nate and we'll get going. And I already feel like
it's not technically a sweep, but I'm calling it a sweep.
I call it a
two
sweep
wins.
too.
We won in
Close
overtime.
enough.
The NCAA says it's a sweep, so it's a sweep.
Hey man, dub is a dub no matter what it is. Or no matter what it looks like.
Great game, great crowd Friday.
My
I
friend,
don't know, like usually,
my friend behind
I'm
me
gonna-
was in attendance.
I'm gonna give us. Yeah, shut up, JJ. You weren't there. You can't talk about it.
All right, can we at least talk about better JJ for a second because y'all had a field day with that.
We will get there.
Okay.
Let me just say this. Usually early in the year, corner crew not all that great. You know, a lot of
New
a
fans.
lot of new faces. People are learning what we do. Our 5 home games, we've been incredible.
Oh, it's been packed.
I'm giving us an ego boost here. We've been awesome.
I
Corner
was-
crew's been full. We've been loud. Dan can attest to that. And even Dan, we were so good this year. Dan Scully took a night off.
I was-
sat
I
with
took, I
us.
took a night off last
Listen,
year.
the highlights I
sort of.
saw Friday, the building was loaded. And then
Building
Saturday
was electric.
and
on
on
Friday.
Saturday, I really didn't think there was going to be a ton of people just because Halloween weekend. Oh, the corner was full. And then 119 was
yeah, it
full
was.
also. Like, we had a packed house for both games.
And you know what? I look at it this way: as long as our end is full, the other
Dumb.
end is what it is. As long as our end is full and everybody's loud and into the game, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, we're good. Our end's the end that matters.
We still make it a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Anyway, Friday, nice 5-2 dub. Gianfranco Casero proved he's one of the best defensemen in the country. I will say in the country.
Mhm. I'd agree with
His
that.
first goal, 52 seconds in, was disgusting.
Backhand shot.
Oh, shout out to ECH, JJ, and I both repping boys over there, giving him top 5 goal of the night. Just absolutely undressed Tommy Gale, Walmart Tommy.
Discount Tommy.
Yeah. Grady Hobbsy, another
Another one.
scored another quick one. Seems like, and I had this conversation. JJ's not allowed at any playoff Holy Cross games because we seem to score 2 very fast goals against him whenever he's not there.
I'm going to say right now, last year I had to miss a game early in the year because I had my little cousin's first birthday party. And I kid you not, in the first 5 minutes of that game, we scored 3 times. And I'm sitting there going, are you kidding me right now? Serious. And then it happened again on this past Friday where we scored twice in less
And he
than
got
2 minutes.
torn apart.
Oh,
in the
Discord was letting me
I
have it.
sent him multiple text messages. I said, "You are never allowed back here. I'm gonna make sure." What was your quote of the day?
Quote of the day was quote of the day
Saturday?
on Saturday was so help me God, if we're still losing by the third, I'm having security throw you out.
Those were my exact words.
Yep.
JJ,
I mean,
I hope
we
you know.
scored
I don't
so
mean
fast.
half.
Oh, I know. I 100% know. I love you like a brother. Like, I know for a fact.
We
I'd do it
had
on
barely
purpose.
just finished the Hey song.
Score.
Addie just screamed hockey way better than JJ ever has. And the place just went berserk. It was absolutely
I hadn't
beautiful.
even
goal.
gotten
Oh.
settled in upstairs
Let
yet.
the record reflect. I was actually watching that goal when it happened. I was streaming on my phone.
Direct quote from Aaron after the second goal by Hobbsy. Aaron said he hadn't even actually started watching the game yet.
Also, shout out to Aaron who made this absolutely gigantic picture of me that that you guys put in the corner as like a friggin' memorial on Friday. And then
Yeah.
you all chanted and threw around.
Oh, yeah, we
also
abused
get
that
back
thing.
to Aaron when we talk about Saturday.
And I will also say the reason it is sitting behind me right now. I am not a narcissist. Nate literally told me you won't put that behind you when we record this week, and I said, "Bet, watch me." So now here it is.
Tyler Mahan off to an absolute fire start.
He's
Scored
having a
his
great-
5th of the year. Our thoughts out to him and his family as well. His grandpa passed away last week. So, Tyler, we love you. We're with you.
Yep.
Thinking about you and your family.
I mean, we all saw when he scored. He just pointed out.
Yeah.
We all saw that.
Yeah.
That was.
Anyway, JoJo again. I was saying this. Like, his shot is lethal.
It's a sniper.
And that that one-timer on the power play in the third period right in front of us was absolutely unreal.
It was a great shot.
Like, Thomas Gale had no chance in making that. And I will say this, he played really well this weekend.
Yeah, he did. He had a very good weekend.
Yeah.
I thought both goaltenders played really well this weekend.
I mean, Tommy
He
had.
robbed
And then-
Petrucci twice.
Yeah, and then Petrucci missed the empty net. Petrucci had a rough
of
weekend.
empty nets, we were less than a second away from making it 6-2, but time ran out.
Yeah,
Dang.
it was close. Anyway, and then Kobe, Captain Kobe, finished it off on a beautiful play. Battle out in front. He went to the dirty area and buried one. Yeah, good game. Special teams was the key. 3 for 4 on the power play for us. And yes, we took a lot of penalties, but Holy Cross got one power play goal. Yeah,
none of them were majors.
Yay!
Thank God.
Our penalty kills elite, man.
Dude, it's insane.
They're so good.
What's the percentage right now on the year?
As of now, we're at 89%. We're 9th in the country. That number's kind of skewed though.
Well, because the other teams,
because they haven't taken as many penalties as we have.
And there's that.
I want to know if you cut our amount of penalties in half, what it would be at, because.
Well, you would have to decide which. Yeah, it's complicated.
JoJo's goal, I believe, was on the power play. Yes, and so was Walker's. And Lexi, Aaron, and I, and Zoe all have some words about our power play.
Oh, I think I'm freezing now.
I found this stat today, and I thought it was interesting. Our power play is at 32%, which is 4th in the country. JJ, 32% is really good. Don't make that face.
I'm like, wait a minute. What are you talking? Because like, I lost you for a second, and I cut back to 32%, and I'm like, ooh, yikes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's
32%.
Yeah, for power play,
we're behind. Really we're behind UMass, which is an unbelievable 47%. That's like unheard of.
Oh my God.
And then North Dakota and Princeton ahead of us.
Special teams for us has been insanity this year.
I'm going to stop trashing the power play for a little bit. And again, I thought your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender, Tommy. Tommy is our best penalty killer. So is Colby. So yeah, that was fun night Friday. Saturday, JJ returned, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. We still won.
Well, you're lucky. Saturday, another good crowd for Halloween. I wasn't expecting much for on a 4 o'clock Saturday game with Halloween.
The costumes were elite on Saturday.
We had a good couple. We had some good costumes.
Listen, man, shout out to the pet band, dude.
Pep Band had some good ones.
Jimmy's Wordle was great, and Trey, the conductor, as the Holy Ghost in a Holy Cross uniform was absolutely
I want to know where he found the Holy Cross.
He
might have been a crusader.
No, he made it. He was the Holy Ghost. He was wearing a big sheet with just the eye holes punched out, and he basically had just a generic jersey with the Holy Cross logo made out of tape on the front of it.
I'm very happy he had the jersey over that. That could have looked very bad.
Yes, thank the Lord.
Anyway.
Moving on from that topic, Nate.
Kobe, all he does is score big goals. Walker tied the game in the 3rd.
That was a great goal.
Great goal.
I lost my mind.
Oh, the 2nd goal is where I lost my mind.
Oh, yeah.
With Lasky. So, let's paint the scene for those who didn't see it. It should have been on Sports Center.
Thinking of the other
it should have been on Sports Center for
Holy Cross went to clear the puck, and Isabel, who didn't get an assist on the goal, but should have.
He should have.
Wait, no, they did give him one. Never mind, they gave him one. It's right
that
there.
Was probably added.
Yeah, it went off his skate, right onto the stick of Laskowski, who gave it to Kobe, who was cutting in front of the net, and Kobe just backhand behind the back to Lasky, right back door, and he buried it to tie the game. And I lost my mind.
That was an incredible shot.
Dan Scully lost his mind.
That was a great
Aaron lost his mind.
Which I don't get to do very often.
Oh, what a goal.
It was so good. So good.
That's number one.
Oh, I'm losing you guys again.
Pretty good, and that is by
Man.
far number one.
Yep.
It's not even close right now.
JJ has finished lagging out.
We good?
Yep. Can
Hey.
we also say our men's team had the number one goal on both Friday and Saturday and throughout college hockey, according to ECH. They gave us the number one goal on Friday, and they gave us the number one goal on Saturday.
Flex. Tommy again, big weekend, and we got outshot in both games, which it didn't feel like it. Especially
No.
on Friday, it didn't. But Tommy with 32 saves, and Tommy Gale 30 saves. I mean, again, goaltending was phenomenal all
Oh, yeah.
weekend.
Tommy Gale played
He-
better in game 2 than he did game 1, but
I agree, and then Elijah on a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pass from Isabel on the 2-on-1. Found him at the right time, and he buried it. 5 points. See you later. Worst part was Sacred Heart got 6, so now we're in second. But
yeah, but you know what though? I'm gonna say
I am happy with 5, especially after the way the first and second period went on Saturday.
we did not play well those
Yeah.
periods. We kind of woke up in the third and we're like, okay, we should probably start trying now. I will say this about Saturday. Oh, my leg.
I mean, they were really good all weekend. I think they have the potential where if they figure a couple things out, they can make some noise in the postseason. And
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you what, I don't know if I want to play them in the postseason because when you have a good goaltender and they can steal some games in the playoffs. And Tommy Gale is a very good goalie, so I'm good.
I'm also gonna say,
Reminds me of Mercyhurst last year.
Yeah,
yeah, their goalie carried them last year.
No business
Have-
being in the semis.
and they remind me of that team. They got a couple guys that can put the puck in the net, and
Yep.
it could be that scary team at the end of the year. Who knows? I mean, it's still early, tough to tell teams are, but
I want to say right now that while yes, we only got 5 points this weekend, we didn't get the full 6. We are second now in the standings. I almost think that the overtime win almost benefits us in the long run. Because it's just like, we're not going to go down. Like, we are going to give you...
it's a confidence booster.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 100%. I almost would rather win that second game the way we did than win in a regulation. Because it paints a better picture. I mean, obviously you want the extra point. Don't get me wrong. But I think but I think the way it makes
point.
but I think the way it makes us look is it's like we were down what, 2-0?
We were down 1-0 and 2-1
2-1.
both times in
Yeah.
the third period.
So it's like we fought all the way back and we won 3-2 in overtime. Like this, yeah, we might start slow, but we're gonna end on a high note. Like we're gonna give it to you. Like I like you and I both walked out of Policini Saturday going, we are not scared of anybody in this conference, whatsoever.
And I think we're gonna find that out in the next 2 weeks too.
Yeah, these next 2 weekends are massive.
Also, quick shout out to a couple award winners this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of mad that we didn't get the clean sweep, but we'll get to that in a second. Kobe Walker, Player of the Week.
Big one there.
He had 2 goals. I have the thing on my phone somewhere. I had it, and now it's gone. Love Apple.
I think there was a couple assists in there also.
Anyway, where did it go? Anyway, Kobe, Player of the Week. Tommy, Goalie of the Week. And Simone Isabel, Rookie of the Week. Good week to be a Tiger. And I was upset. I thought Casero got robbed of Defensive Player of the Week.
And then they gave him Defensive Player of the Month.
And then they gave him Defensive Player of the Month. So I'm
So it's like,
I'm not
all
gonna,
right.
I'm not gonna complain about it.
I'd rather the second one than the first one, so
Yes.
I'd rather
Well,
them
I'd
both.
rather.
But
I mean, what a start for JoJo.
he's already got more points than he had
And-
last year.
10 points in the month of October.
He had 8 points total last season.
And Wayne said on the postgame to Saturday, I mean, he had a little, it took him a little bit of time to get going at RAT, you know, get adjusted, new school, new system. But once he kind of got adjusted, I think that AIC game was his breakout game because he
went nuts.
He looked really good in the second half of the year, especially in the last month. In February and March, he was arguably our best defenseman, and him and Dan Willett were perfect
Immaculate.
together. I thought they were the perfect pair. And he's just carrying it over. How UMass let this guy go, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah, we'll take him all day long. We'll take
Not
8
hearing me
more just
complain
like him,
about
too.
Yeah, please.
I'm also going to say the young guys are stepping up and making plays all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Tyler Mahan is a goal machine. Simon Isabel is either scoring or assisting. He's going insane. These guys are not. Who knows what Adam Jeffrey gets in? Who knows what he's gonna do? Also, shout out to Calvin Boots. Everybody was so friggin' happy he was able to play on Saturday. We all lost our minds.
If you would have told me at the start of the year we'd be 6-2 at the end of the month, undefeated at home, sitting in second place in the conference, I'd take it any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, good start to the year, first month. Keep it going into this month. This is a very important 2 weeks coming up, and we'll get to that in a minute. But
you guys forgot about something pretty big.
What's that?
Oh,
we've played 8 games.
Cody
Laskowski
Laskowski
has at least 1 point in every single game.
That's actually insane.
I saw that, and so I thought about it. I think I was more excited that he kept the point streak alive than him tying the game on Saturday. I was getting a little nervous. I was like, oh man, he can't let the streak die now.
Do we know what our all-time point streak is?
Ooh. Come on, stat man.
Dan has.
What? Where's the record book?
That might take us a bit for us to figure that out.
Dan, if you want to look for that, I can go around the conference.
I have a feeling I'm not going to find it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Let's go around the conference.
We'll find it. We'll put it in the Discord.
I might have to ask Tim. I don't know if it's on the website. So there were no weird midweek games this week.
God. Thanks, Canisius, for not letting that happen again.
We should do Dan, we should do a standings update at the end too.
Yes.
Might be something to look into.
We'll do.
We can do that like once a month or something.
Yeah, we'll do that after. We'll do that when we talk about AIC. We'll just go around the conference real quick.
Let's see. Mercyhurst went up to Niagara on Friday night. They tied 4-4 with Niagara winning the shootout 2-1.
Disgusting.
Ooh.
Sacred Heart hosted Canisius, beat him 6-3. AIC played 1 game down at West Point for some reason, and beat up the Black Knights 8-2.
Army's looking a little rough right now. I'm not gonna lie; they're sitting dead last right now, aren't they?
We'll
believe
get
so.
to that.
Yeah.
First year Division I program Lindenwood continues to beat up Atlantic hockey teams, beating Bentley 7-3.
Also, Bentley had 45 shots in that game.
Oh my God.
Bentley outshot Lindenwood 45-37. The Lindenwood goaltender made 34 saves.
That's just
No,
insanity.
Lindenwood goalie made 42 saves. Sorry, they put 20 shots on goal in the second period. Nuts.
Colorado College hosted Air Force, and Nate, if you like non-conference wins, you're not gonna like this result.
Oh no, believe me, I know.
Tigers.
Thanks for showing up, Air Force, and making us all look good.
On Saturday, Sacred Heart finished the sweep 3-1 over Canisius. Bentley got a little bit of revenge, winning 3-1 against Lindenwood. Niagara took the other half of the home and home 3-2. to take the majority of the points for
Gross.
the weekend. Air Force was able to get some revenge on Colorado College as they hosted the other half of the home and home 6-3. And Army, dealing with the weird single game against AIC, played Sunday at West Point against Dartmouth. Shout out Matt Wentz. Army won 8-3.
6 goals in the second period for Army.
Yeah, it was kind of wild to see.
Yeah.
That
They
was crazy.
seem to just have an on and off switch. Either they're playing out of their minds for like a small chunk of time during a game, or they're just garbage the whole time. Like, I don't know what Coach Riley's doing over there, but like they got to figure it out quick if they want to do anything. I don't mind seeing them be bad because it means more fun for us, but
Hey, one team down, 8 more to go.
exactly.
That's kind of my
Alright.
mentality.
I mean, 9 more to go. Oh, 8 more. Yeah, good point.
We're gonna beat ourselves.
I mean, we could. We do every now and we did on Saturday for 2 periods. Didn't matter though.
Hey,
still got the dub.
we only took 2 penalties on Saturday.
Can we talk about that real fast? That's like
Forgot to mention.
I
that.
think the Earth's rotation switched
Congrats,
directions
boys.
when that happened.
We've gone 4 games without a major.
Yay.
Thank God. They're cleaning up the penalties, man. They're starting to clean it up a little bit.
No, they're not.
They did. They started to clean it up on
No, they're
Saturday.
not.
So let's just keep it hopeful.
All right. So this coming weekend, Canisius hosts Holy Cross. Niagara goes to Bentley. Mercyhurst hosts Sacred Heart. Air Force brings Alaska Anchorage down to Colorado.
Interesting.
And we'll hope that Army can outlast the Lindenwood Lions at home.
I'm gonna say, I really hope Lindenwood sweeps them. Like,
You know what? Here's
I'm
my
rooting
thing.
for them so much right now. Like, I love that this is their first year D1 and they're just kicking
Lindenwood-
everyone in the butt.
Good for Lindenwood.
Yo,
honestly.
yeah.
They had a really tough start to their first season, and they don't have a lot of home games this year. They're on the road a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're playing
So-
very well so far.
And they're playing really well. They're getting good goaltending, and they played Michigan and Minnesota pretty well on the road. Those are 2 barns that are not easy to play in.
Yeah.
And I mean, they should be very happy with how they've started their season.
Yeah, they should. So let's talk.
All of
Oops,
those
sorry, go ahead.
all those games Friday start at 7 plus or minus 5 minutes, except the game at Air Force, which is 7:05 Mountain or 9:05
I was gonna say
Eastern.
technically it is 7:05, but not.
It's 9:05 for us here.
Then
Don't roll your eyes at me, Dan Scully.
I didn't even notice that I did it, so it must just be a reflex at this point.
That's all right. Everybody rolls their eyes at me.
Yes, that's true.
Canisius finishes the series with Holy Cross at 4 on Saturday. Same with Army and Lindenwood. Mercyhurst finishes their series with Sacred Heart at 4:05. Bentley finishes the series with Niagara at 5:05. And Air Force will host Alaska Anchorage 5:05 Mountain. The only other series in the conference will be ours, a 1:05 start in Springfield against AIC Saturday, finishing up as the lone game Sunday at 3:05.
Get your own arena.
Please, God Almighty!
Oh my God.
It's driving me nuts, dude.
Okay. Speaking of those AIC bumblebees.
Yellow Jackets, Bumblebees,
Bumblebees.
are useful.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Yellow Jackets have no reason to exist.
I can't wait for
AIC?
somebody in the Discord to tell us the 10 reasons why we're wrong about that.
AIC 5-2-2. They're on a 3-game win streak. They swept Lindenwood 5-0 and 5-3 and stomped Army 8-2, like Dan Scully just said. They
did.
seem to be AIC again every year.
Yeah.
It seems like in the off season, it's like they lose a ton, and then all of a sudden they're good again. And they beat UMass in a shootout.
Which is
So
impressive.
UMass is a very good team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to think of them. I mean, and they lost to Holy Cross. So it's like,
Oh, I think I'm frozen again.
what do we?
A close game to Holy
No,
Cross
that's
either.
why. And they tied and lost in Alaska to Fairbanks. So it's like, how do we? It's hard to evaluate them.
That also included them having a player kicked out when they tied at Anchorage.
I'm also gonna say
Fairbanks, I mean.
Fairbanks.
I'm also gonna say the guys over at College Hockey Stuff also put up their thing, their little like hot takes or whatever after the weekend. And it was just their hot take was Atlantic hockey is wide open. I firmly disagree with that.
I don't want to say it's wide open. I think there's
there's a
teams
handful of teams. It's not wide
that
open.
could win it. I don't think
It's much more open than it was last year.
Yes.
I think is more
Yeah.
the takeaway from that
I mean,
statement.
AIC kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, they kind of just
Sure.
took off and bailed,
Um,
and then got crushed in the tournament.
he is 30, 10, and 3, which they used to suck. I miss those days.
Stupid Eric Lang. I hate that guy.
It used to be a guaranteed 8 points a year. And you know what? Honestly, credit to Eric Lang. I like that Atlantic hockey's more competitive. And
I don't like
AIC's
him.
I don't like him. I don't like him either. But
Nobody does.
You don't like
You
him
gotta- you
stealing
gotta
your
give
last
credit.
name.
you
No,
gotta
I
give
don't like
credit
him
where
dirtying
credit's
my
due,
last
though.
name. That's what it is.
We're a little bitter from last year still. They didn't want to shake our hands after the Saturday game after we beat them, and they said that we were diving all over the place.
Kobe, if you're listening to this, if we sweep them, I want you to go by and stand by their gate and shake every one of their hands as they
No.
leave the ice.
No. Be
Someone
classy.
should. Yeah, it's classy.
Be more classy.
See you guys.
Be
Thanks
more
for coming.
classy than them.
It's not
Thanks
hard
for
when
coming to your own ring.
it's not hard when Eric Lang is your coach.
Blake Bennett off to a hot start. 7 goals, 6 assists for 13 points. He was the AHA Player of the Month.
Mhm.
Jordan Byro, brother of current Rochester American Brandon Byro. Thank you. 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Alexandros Aslanidis, I think that's how you say his name. 4 wins. He was the goalie of the month. 1.86 goals against, 927 save percentage. He is good.
He is very good.
I think we are in for another goalie duel. And it's crazy because AIC lost their 2 top goaltenders last year.
Yeah, both of them left.
And Jake Kocharski and Alec Calvaruso. I think that's how you say his name. I don't remember. I mean, I'll never count AIC out of anything anymore. They're a good hockey team. It's a big weekend.
Mhm.
I think if we can get out of there with a split, I'd be happy.
I honestly think we can sweep them.
I don't want to say sweep, but I think it. I've said it before. If you can take at least 3 points every road trip and win your home games,
It's a dub.
you win the league by 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
So I would be happy with a split. I don't know if we want to get into predictions. We're running out of time here.
We can always stop and pick up another one.
Yeah. They're good. We'll see. Good games this weekend. Tune in. Flow Hockey Discord channel.
Just pop right in, man.
We'll
be
have them.
here. So,
I'll be listening on my way up to Canton.
You most certainly will be. If that's all we want to talk about for this week, I can wrap it up. Unless you guys want to pick up another Zoom call and keep going with any last little bits.
5-second rant. Atlantic hockey linesman, please learn how to drop the puck in a
Yes!
timely fashion.
They were okay this
my
week.
God!
They
yes.
were
Other than
fine
the
this
one that
weekend.
took
No,
4
they weren't.
tries, and I
No,
screamed
they-
at them for it.
Yes. Yes. Holy Cross should have had a face-off violation
They have.
this weekend.
When you signal 2,
It's a penalty.
I wanted to scream when I saw that, and I'm pretty sure I actually might have.
I definitely.
Dan and I were
Dan
yelling
did
up
for
top.
sure.
I'm gonna go split.
I'm gonna say sweep.
That's probably a safe bet.
I'm good.
A split.
I'm gonna say 5.
I love
points,
your
though.
confidence, JJ.
I'm gonna say 5 points though. I think we'll win
It's
one
not a
flat out.
sweep.
I'm calling it a sweep. Deal with it. We called it
Only
a
a
sweep
sweep
this
at home.
past weekend.
It's only a sweep at home.
Technical sweep.
I mean, you know what though? If you take 5 points from them, that's pretty big. You just gotta hurt Mercyhurst and get it done against Sacred Heart. Because then they roll
No,
it.
not happening. Not happening.
Because then they
Nope.
roll into town
But then we
afterwards.
play Sacred Heart the following.
That
weekend,
series
so-
is gonna probably dictate who has the one seed.
We
the
will.
rest of
We
the
will
year.
talk to them. We'll
Next
talk about
week.
them next week.
Yes. I say, well, let's end it on that. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Leave a comment what you thought of the games this weekend if you were there. Are you excited for the AIC games? Will you be watching in Discord? Are you even in Discord? The answer should be
Will
yes.
you be there?
Ooh, another good one. Will you be there? I think, didn't someone say they were going?
Somebody said they might go.
Someone said they were going. I remember who it was, though. So again, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live. That goes for this and for Spotify, which is still a thing. I know. I think most people are now watching on YouTube, but Spotify is still a thing.
We have a lot of Spotify listeners.
That's fair. We do have we have a lot on both.
Dan Scully
I
refuses.
wouldn't know.
Dan
Yeah,
Scully,
because I
maybe.
already pay for Apple Music. Why would I get Spotify?
It's free on
You
Spotify.
can still listen to podcasts on Spotify.
Anyway,
I could just listen
Follow us on all the
YouTube.
socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All those will have links to the Discord, except for the Facebook. I think that's kind of just dead in the water, but whatever. Again, if you're not in the Discord, get into it. There will be a link in the description of this video. Like always, there's also a live link in the description of our Instagram bio. It is in there. You will easily be able to find it. It is very fun. If you want to know about the 9 or 10 random names we talk about every week, get in there. You will learn who they are fairly quickly. They are all very active.
it's a good time in the Discord.
Discord is so much fun.
Good times. I love it when my phone is blowing up in my pocket at work and I'm missing all the good conversations.
I hate it, but I also love it. That will do it for this week.
Seeing how many GIFs I've posted in a row.
Oh,
Dan's gift game is strong. That being said, we will see everybody next week after the 3 games we are going to cover and watch. Everybody have a great rest of your evening. Go Tigers.
go Tigers.